hopefully.
Hello. Testing the sound, testing the sound. How are you all? So Michelle and I are here. We're just looking at this beautiful sun starting to go down. That's the Golden Horn down there, and there's the mosques up on the hill. There's 3 mosques. Hello, hello. How are you? Is the sound working? Have we got the sound on? Let's just double check. Bop, bop, bop, bop. Yes, it's bouncing.
Nice picture of the sky there.
We're hoping just to see. Hello, hello, hello. Just showing that lovely sun going down over there, and then we're going to walk up into the town and get something to eat with you guys.
Have you had any chats come through?
Yeah, I've seen yes, I've seen a 1 or 2.
Sound is okay.
Sally is in.
Okay, I'm just going to redo mine.
Ben is in. Michelle's tethered to my phone, so just take a look. You can see over there. I'm hoping it's probably only another few minutes, and we might see that sun go down, which I think we might do just before we go to eat, if you're okay. It's a bit misty. I think actually it might be just. Okay, Ben. White. Let's try that. Is that less misty? It's so humid today. It could be just the humidity. But you're right. I mean, it's actually very humid today. So it's possible it's just the humidity. Is that any clearer? Front facing. Ben, I'm with you, man.
The other camera.
Oh, the front facing, I'll turn. That should be nice and clear. Maybe I huffed on it, Ben. Maybe I huffed. Oh, I'm going to need a... Paul, how are you, mate?
So we've got market.
So is that better? So I got a bit too misty on my front camera.
Did you clean it? I'm
letting you have the view because we're going to. If you look down just there, can you see? There's a football stadium. I'll just zoom in a little bit. You can see.
They're playing yesterday, weren't they?
There was a match on there yesterday. Don't ask me the name of the stadium. And across the other side, we've got 2 of the mosques. That might be the Suleimani Mosque on the left there. I think it probably isn't, though. I think it's a little further to the left. And there's another. So there's 3 mosques on the horizon. I have to press my camera button twice. The first one zooms up my nose. And the second one, I've worked it out. No, I haven't worked it out. It's something to do with YouTube.
So Vanessa's in, Dwayne's in.
Dwayne, how are you?
Junaid's in, Byron's in.
Byron, buddy, how are you, mate?
Ben's there.
Junaid's in, how are you?
Paul, Derp.
So sorry about last night, by the way. I'm going to explain to you while you guys watch the sun go down. Look, if I come around here, you're going to see a little bit more sun, but I think it might be overly bright. Look at that. Starting to go down. But I can't even look at the screen. It's a bit too bright. So let's go back. Let's go back, just get the dappled light from the trees there. And then I think it's nicer if we just get behind these trees a little bit. Yesterday was a bit of a disaster.
Ben said it wasn't too bright. Too bright for us, Ben.
It was for me, Ben. I'm looking straight into the sun. Yesterday we planned, a friend of ours, we booked a hotel, a restaurant to go out to take you all out. We were going to have a really nice meal, and it's right next to the Tower, which is a famous landmark here in the city centre, and the restaurant looked down onto the Galata Tower, and we thought this is the perfect spot. Yeah.
You got it?
So I'll just show you, when we arrived there, two things. They've decided to renovate the Galata Tower that night. So they were actually climbing all over it, throwing the scaffolding. It was so noisy, right next to the hotel, like a construction site. That and the fact why am I saying hotel all the time? The restaurant that we booked into had a big sort of hen night thing going on with a bunch of young girls all screaming and bellowing, and they had sort of like Mexican music playing. And I said, oh no, we're not going to be able to live stream. We get copyright strikes immediately from YouTube.
Well, we wouldn't be able to hear anything, would we?
We wouldn't have been able to hear you guys with the banging. It would have been annoying. So we were stuck. We had 10 minutes before kickoff, and all this went wrong. And we had no provisional sort of plan up. So sorry about that last night. We tried then to walk to another place, but it turned out to be lousy. And I thought I'd just come on and say, thank you and goodbye. And tonight we are going to keep things a little bit simple. Tonight we're going to keep things a lot more simple. We're going to a little place we know. It's not got the great view of the Galata Tower or this sunset for that matter.
So Eric says, what did you eat anyways after the shoot?
Probably nonsense, I think. What did we eat?
Oh, we had that special, didn't we? I think.
Oh no, we did. We actually we went into a little cafe, but much later. Otherwise, I would have filmed it. And actually, we had a nice little local. We had some sutlach, which I'm probably going to have again tonight because it's one of my favourites. We had some Turkish breads and things, and a little soup. It was nice, but it wasn't the place we'd booked. And the girl was quite understanding. She was quite sweet. But I kind of wish she'd said, because we did tell her beforehand that we were coming to do a live stream there, and I wish she'd said actually not the best. Let me turn this around so you can still see the sun going down behind me.
Nadine says lovely view over the Golden Horn, and Maddie I says wow, nice view.
It is nice, and it's only about sort of 100 meters from our apartment, so we're quite close. So we're keeping it simple tonight. We're actually going to go somewhere that we've been many times before and just keep it really easy, where we know we won't mess up for you guys. Let's just see if this sun goes down a bit more. It's starting to, look, just between the leaves. Merhaba, Nelson, how are you?
So that's big hugs for you both, and Istanbul.
Thank you. Anastasia. It's been a funny week. We've probably got quite a lot to share, but I'm not sure if it's good news or bad news or whatever, but...
So Susan wants to know what time it is. It's 8:08.
8:08, says Michelle, the lady with the clock. So the breeze, it's been a stinker of a day.
Really 37, I think.
37?
37, I'm right.
No.
It was earlier
really?
on. Yeah, midday.
Oh wow, 37, so that's over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and like soup, it's really soupy, but now it's dropped down to a lovely, I'd say it's probably only about 26 now. 20 Celsius, sorry, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, probably about
29.
29 still. Okay,
nice
so it's in the early 80s Fahrenheit, 82, 84 degrees Fahrenheit. But it feels so much cooler because the sun has started to go down. There's a cool breeze coming. I'm wearing a lav mic on the phone so we don't get the wind blow. I hope the sound is good. And we're going to we just thought we'd stand here for a while, catch up with you all, say hello, explain what went wrong with yesterday. Not that it was, it did go wrong yesterday. It did go wrong yesterday, but that's life.
Tin Gut Warrior says, which is your favourite Turkish dish?
That's
lots, isn't there?
You'll see some of them tonight. Nice to see you, nice.
Oh, you just read that, did you? I thought you were saying it.
No, that's
That's what poor Michael Denio, Florida said.
nice to see you. To see you, nice.
Hi, Amy.
Nothing for a pair. Nothing. What? Nothing for a pair. Not in this game. The other day, I said on a live stream, the world is your lobster, as a sort of joke reference, and nobody seemed to get it. I know that the proper term is the world is your oyster, but it goes back to an old reference to a soap opera many years ago. And I've always loved that saying, the world is your lobster. It's ridiculous in its absurdity, I guess. Hello, mate.
Have a look, see. So Maddie I says, look forward to your turkey videos. Delight to watch during lockdown here in the UK.
Thank you. We're going to be taking you somewhere new very soon. We're going to be actually moving location. We are actually going to be getting out of here, and I know that sounds almost mean, I guess, but you know, we've had that we arrived here in February of this year, and whoops, sorry. If I drop you now, you're going a long way down. Look, it's a big drop.
Whenever we walk past this bit with our hats on, we always have to take them
when
off.
I put my Aussie Akubra hat on, I have to, and I walk along here, I have to take my hat off, because if it goes down there, it's a long way down. So when we arrived here in February, we had just really 2 weeks of normality before everything locked down, and we were literally told not much longer not much after that we couldn't even leave Istanbul. And I know I've always been a bit upbeat about it and said to everyone, look, we're happy here, we're happily locked down, it's a great place to be locked down. And people said, you know, why don't you go home? And we've always said, look, we're happy here. But I would say after some time it did become like we kind of wished we hadn't been locked down, and there were times when we would have probably just gone back to Australia. But you know, you have to remember that even though I say I don't want to end the dream of traveling and go back, it was also too complicated to go back, because the airports had closed down, flights directly had, most of the airlines, as you guys know, had stopped flying. So we were pretty much stuck here, other than sort of very complex and maybe $3,000 plus each, so $6,000 just to get home, and then have to be sort of 2 weeks in quarantine on top of that. So, and everywhere has been closed to us for a long time now, for many months it seems. The only place that started to open up now is Turkey itself, and we've been told to leave. The Turkish government don't want the tourists to stay here. So, that aside, we're still hoping we can hang around this area, and we've got some plans. Junaid knows.
Junaid said you should be eligible for citizenship soon.
We should be, man. We should be. I'm turning the camera again. I want you guys to see this sun going down as we talk.
Dwayne says, "Is your lobster? Was that on Coronation Street?"
Dwayne, you're a clever boy.
You get the star.
It was. It's an old saying, hey, or did you actually Google that?
JM603 says hello, and Barry says nice to go to the seaside.
Barris, we are absolutely going to be going to the seaside. That I can tell you now. We're going to get ourselves entrenched in beach life.
Get a bucket and spade.
We're going to get, Michelle wants a bucket and spade. No, we can't go to Georgia. I'll tell you where we can go. We should do a video about this, really. The only places we can go at the moment are Turkey, if we were allowed to stay here, but we've been told to go because we've been over 90 days.
Plus?
We can go to Serbia. We can go, let me turn that around so you can see my frustration. Not really. We can go to Serbia, Albania, Macedonia, Mexico, which I would love to go to, but the flights from here are crazy expensive, and also there's like lockdown there also. There's areas where it's hard to travel. We can go to Greece. And that's almost it. I mean, Southeast Asia is completely out of it. Australia is out of it. If we go to Australia, it's still really hard to get there for us. South America, Canada, almost every country in Europe is blocked to us. So we've probably got 5 countries maximum in the whole world we can go to, and we're being told to get out. So we're going to get our buckets and spades, and we're going to go to the seaside basically, and we're going to take you along with us. There's some great videos, some much more upbeat videos from here that we filmed over this last week, and I'm going to be putting those up over the next several days, which would be great.
So Mohsen said Dubai is opening up from the 7th of July. That's the problem. Everywhere's opening up at different
people
times.
Are saying, people say, Ireland's opened up, but it isn't opened up if you're coming from Turkey. You see, you have to work out, it's not just where you can go from, it's where you can go from where you are. So though Dubai may be opening up, I doubt very much they're letting people travel from Turkey to Dubai, and this is the issue that we have at the moment. It isn't really...
It's where we're coming from.
Yeah, it's where we're coming from on top of our national status and where we are. So right now, I think there are literally only 5 countries on the planet that we can travel to. That's our understanding, and it is easing up, but the problem is our visas, we're at a stage now where we have to move on.
So Maddie I said, is it safe to come to Turkey?
Yes, it is safe to come to Turkey, and it's a good place to come. But there are always going to be, we've talked about this actually, a good friend of ours, Gabriel, who also travels on YouTube, we were saying recently there's so few places you can go and so many restrictions to what you can do. So yes, it's safe to come, but there are going to be restrictions when you get here. There are going to be restrictions to, lots of temperature taking, places you can't go into without masks. It can get, you've got to be pretty, even technically at the moment, you should even be wearing masks on the beach, but I don't think that's going to be happening. So yeah, Gabe is a good fella, and he's currently gone to Serbia, which is great, and I think possibly he's doing a similar thing to us and sort of picking the options that he had. You know, Gabriel's a bit like us. He hasn't really got a fixed abode to sort of go back and just relax, other than visiting family and the likes. So, with that said, let's just move over a little bit.
So Ben just said, just so you know, Turkey is an exempt country if British nationals return to England. Self-isolation won't be necessary if they arrive in England on or after the 10th of July. But this is all just happening as we're trying to organise things. We can't keep waiting for these announcements.
Yeah, that is true, Ben. I mean, there is some opening up in the UK, but at the moment, if we go, there is self-isolation. And it doesn't come in time for us. I think by the middle of this month, there'll be more places to go to. So the sun is just starting to drop down now. It's just... So I do know that there is all manner of places that are starting to open up, but even then there are restrictions. And then there is also, we have to take into consideration, though I don't actually entirely, I'm not, a lot of you know, I'm not so bothered about the COVID virus, but the implications are still an issue. Was that a hog just went by? It sounded like a hog. There could be this second spike, and literally I don't think, the chances there won't be are impossible, to be frank, because as soon as everybody starts moving, there's always naturally going to be. But whether or not the government mentally will have a second spike, whether the government will start locking us down, where will we be? I don't want to sort of go into Macedonia and suddenly have to be locked in for 2 months again. So...
Barry says, you haven't seen enough, don't go to another country.
Barris, I wish we'd seen more. But look, man, there's some there's some other issues, right? And I'll talk to you about it all one day maybe, but there's some other issues other than just whether or not we should see more. I would have liked to have, let me just change the lighting a bit there.
Pretty sky.
Now that looked better before, didn't it, guys? And the sky was properly exposed. I came to Turkey in February to venture and travel around Turkey. We came here and we've been locked into 2 streets for nearly 4 months. And there's elements of frustration at the moment. We're going to see a beautiful sunset tonight, guys. Chasing these sunsets, that's what life's about.
Look at those clouds.
I think if it bounces off those clouds as pretty as it looks, it's looking quite like you're seeing what we're seeing.
Yeah. We can wait. It will go down.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is there's an element of trauma that's stopping us enjoying what we came here to see. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I think we need something so radically different at the moment to get ourselves our mojo back. And we need such a big kick up the arse, to be honest, to get our mojo back. And more of the same is not going to do it for us. Oh, I'm seeing even when the buses go by, I'll show you this. When the next bus comes past, you'll see the sunset reflecting off the bus. Let's just see if one comes. Probably be some crummy old bus next time with all the windows open. And
So lady said if you go to south, the temperature will be hotter, but in Greece you could explore ancient ruins and the beach, I assume.
yes, and we were going to go with friends of ours down to Izmir last week, but it all got cancelled. It's endless little setbacks. We were going down to Izmir, but Izmir was 38, 39 degrees day in, day out. A bus is not coming. Let's.
It seems 3.
Let me let you watch. Look at the beautiful colours.
Coming up here. Can they get that? Can you see that?
Can you see the sun rays coming off? Questions, Ben? We have, mate. We have. But we're not sure if it's the right choice. We've only got a choice of 5.
It will be the right choice. We'll make it the right choice.
But the way I feel at the moment is any change would be a good thing. Literally almost any change would boot us back into enjoying what we do. Now, some of you said you know Gabriel. Gabriel's a friend of ours who we know through our social media links and things, and we've been to many of the same places. And everybody's feeling the same at the moment. They're all sort of grasping for straws as to what they can do, where they can go. And whilst we'd all love it to go back to normal and be as it was, it isn't. It isn't at the moment. And while I want to say Turkey is a great place to come to, would I go here at the moment if I knew what I knew? Probably not. I would probably wait until things got a little more natural. Because one of the things, what's a pity? Jeanette, what's a pity?
Oh, because Ben's saying that the government have told us that we need to leave. They're having a little conversation amongst themselves.
Yeah, they haven't actually phoned us up. No. I did tweet out to Erdogan before, but he didn't reply to me.
No, even that, getting the information that we need to get has actually been quite difficult, isn't it? Quite stressful.
We have had about a month to think about this, and we've been hoping and hoping and hoping that something would come along to give us a sort of lifeline, an option. I don't really want to go back to I don't really want to go back to a country where I've got to quarantine for two months. I think I was good off. Let's see if this bus here shows me. Just have a look. Probably not. No.
It's moved too much now.
It's moved too much.
Ben says, what country are you going to? Tell us, lol.
Ben,
we're not saying.
I'm not going to tell you. How about that? I'm not going to tell you because it's not actually concrete yet.
Advocate Jacob said, what's the time there? Sunsetting time there. Well, it's 8:25 now, and I believe the sun sets about 8:30, 8:35.
Yeah, I'll just zoom in. You can just see there. Look at that. It's just starting to go behind those clouds. I don't know if you can.
Oh, it's going down fast now.
It's going down fast. I need to turn the camera again because I've messed up the exposure. Then we're going to take you out. We're all going out for dinner. So get yourself some beans on toast. Get yourself some beans on toast and a cup of tea.
Unthought Known says it's so beautiful. It is, isn't it?
It is beautiful, isn't it? And I'm going to be looking forward to seeing this from beautiful beaches within the next 7 days. Within the next 7 days. How about that? We're excited. And we're hoping.
So Ben says, I'll throw my toys out of the pram if you don't tell us what country you're going to, Steve.
Throw away, Ben. I can't tell you, Ben. The reason I can't tell you is firstly I want to tease you, but secondly, we haven't got the tickets yet, and we haven't actually got 100% confirmation. But what we will do is we will be live streaming again closer to the date. So you can sort of see if it works. If it doesn't work, we've got 2 days. We've allowed ourselves let me just come back here. Come back here. So for dramatic action, we just have 2 days to play with. Between being thrown into prison and desperate for a solution. So when we arrive at the border to where we're going to, we have 2 days leeway. Now, what is the issue? You might say to me, what does it matter? You know, what does it matter if we overstay our welcome here in Turkey? Maybe nothing. It may be absolutely nothing, but the problem is the Turkish government are not saying that. They're not actually saying, yeah, guys, you're fine. We're not going to fine you. We're not going to ban you from coming back to Turkey. There is a chance that we will be banned from ever returning to Turkey. You know, our passports may be blacklisted. I don't think so, but there's nothing to tell us otherwise. And this is the problem. Come on. It's going down, guys.
So Ben says, will you live stream running to the Australian or British Embassy for last minute help? Lol. I think we get a lot.
Well, you might live stream diving into the sea to sort of swim to safety. I don't know if any of you ever saw the movie Escape from New York. Beautiful movie. Well, beautiful. A great movie. I feel a bit like that. What was the guy named? Nielsen? I don't know, the guy that actually was in that movie. I feel like we've been stuck for 4 months in a city with barricades around us that won't let us out, and we're about to make a run for it.
About to escape. So Unthought
Snake
Known.
Plissken, that's right, Snake Plissken. It was, who's that actor? It's a famous one, right? Kirk Douglas? I think it was Kirk Douglas.
So Unthought Known says, I watched your videos last week for 3 hours straight. First time on your live stream.
Oh, thank you.
Your content is so raw, it's wonderful. Keep it up.
Thank you.
And Tingut Warrior says, I'm impressed with the stream quality.
Kurt Russell, not Kurt Douglas. Kurt Russell. And you'll remember the end scene. I think they're crossing the New York, one of the bridges in New York, trying to get out. Quick, I'll turn it around.
Don't want to miss it.
Don't want to miss it. We've stood it long enough. I'll just zoom in a little bit so you can see it.
There you go.
Leslie Nielsen. No, it had. I think Leslie Nielsen was in it. It might have been. Long time ago. That's an old movie.
So Paul Webber says vlog from Turkish prison.
Yeah, that could be live from Turkish prison.
Yeah. Yeah.
From an Ericsson phone that I smuggled in.
Oh, it's going, look.
It's going.
It's going to go red.
I'm going to come back a little bit because I'm hoping the sky... Oh, sorry, ladles and jelly spoons.
Mr. Old Clunker's in. Howdy, folks.
Hey, Mr. Old Clunker. Happy days. Look at that. Let me get my...
It's going. It's gone. It has been. Nearly. We can still see the top of it. Not so much on there. Oh, you can.
Just starting to come. You know what happens as that sun just pushes itself over the horizon? It may well send up a beautiful pink light across those clouds. I think it might tonight. If I was in Australia now, I'd put my money on getting a beautiful pink sky. So, I hope you got your toast on.
Yeah, there was a few people saying what they were having. It was
Cracked open a tin of beans.
Tin Gut Warrior said beans on toast with sumac. Sue John says we're having belly pork and some wine. That sounds rather nice.
That sounds rather nice. We went to a oh look, look at that plane going across the sunset. Look, see if we can just get in a little bit closer without going too woo. Sorry guys.
Mr. Old Clunker says beautiful sunset. Eric says the clouds look awesome.
Sorry, there's zoom isn't exactly. It's like pinching on an iPad. Look at that plane go.
Says, do you get any rainbows? We do occasionally.
We had a rainbow the other day.
That
plane going. We've been talking about it for 5 minutes.
Sorry, I'm reading.
Michelle said, "Oh look, there's a plane up there."
I'm not with you guys.
That is nice. That is beautiful. That's maybe more pretty. Let me just turn the camera around so you can see. That's maybe. Now that doesn't show the colour, does it? That's what we're seeing. Caracal.
Balaji S.
In India. How are you, my friend? Hey, Balaji. Lovely place, Caracal. Really enjoyed it. Thank you for having us there, my friend.
So Lake Lady says, best colour to come. Does that here too?
Best colours to come. If I go now and we miss it, I want to get off and get something to eat. Who wants to get off to the restaurant?
So Paul Michael says, I like curry powder in my beans on toast.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, mate. We actually have the curry flavoured beans. Now, we're gonna hit the road. That is getting prettier and prettier, but we're gonna get wandering.
Food time, go.
Food time, I'm hungry. And that's looking nice. It doesn't see on this lens, it doesn't show it. Junaid, you know the places, they don't serve beer, man. You should know that. Very few places around here anyway serve beer with their food.
Arthur's just off to work to have a good meal.
I might have one when I get back, mate. You know, last night we went on to the Galata Bridge, and that's one of the places I thought, oh, well, we can go there and watch the sunset on the Galata Bridge. Oh, got to speed up.
Got to concentrate.
Okay. We're going to get stuck halfway, guys. We're going to do the halfway mark.
Okay.
Knock the button. Nobody wants to touch the buttons. You stop at the crossings. Nobody wants to touch the buttons because of the virus. And so what happens is you stand at the crossing and it takes ages to change. you think she's strolling across the road, got the safety of her mask, she's looking the opposite direction, got the mask on, right, crossing the road on the red man, looking that way and shouting to her kids. Hello. Okay, we're off. Way to go. Laying there dead in the road with your mask on. No, we haven't got far to go. Actually just next to the British Council here. Look, up here. You're from the UK. Ben, you might appreciate that. A little bit of Union Jack action.
That's where you're going wrong. Steve Junaid says mask gives you superpowers.
Yes, maybe she thought she was a masked crusader. I couldn't believe the guy's beeping the horn. I mean, luckily here in Istanbul, the drivers are pretty aware that people do that. So we went down to the Galata Bridge and we sat down, we found ourselves, g'day Paul, we found ourselves a lovely little place to sit, and then the guy came to serve us was sort of smoking a cigarette, and he came and asked us what we'd like, and I pointed to, they had a beautiful iced coffee. First of all we said what drinks, they said we don't have drinks, so he brought the menu. There was a beautiful iced coffee with, like in a big fluted glass with a big blob of ice cream and a whirl of whipped cream, probably out of a can. And I said to Michelle, do you fancy one of those? We'll have one here and start the live stream. And I said, oh, can we have one like this with the cream and everything? And he said, oh, that's just a photo we got off the internet, we downloaded off the internet. We don't have it like that, we've just got regular glasses and with some ice and some coffee in it. And I thought, hang on, that's not right. So I said, well, what about the kebabs? Oh, well, we haven't got the kebabs. I said, so pizza. I said, how about your pizza? Is it fresh? He said, yeah, we've got pizza. He says, is it fresh? He said, look, he said, there's normally 27 of us that work here, and tonight there's just 3 of us. He said, so nothing's fresh. And that was the point I went live to you yesterday. And I said, guys, we can't do this. It was starting to get my back up a little bit. Now that was the British Embassy. It's not right, but it's happening because, you know, it's happening. There's a lot of places are just completely, you know, understaffed because there are not the tourists here. The flights. Oh, sorry. I'm going to let you see what we're seeing. So a lot of places here, quite often you'll see a cafe like this and you think, oh look, there's a customer in, but it's probably just the owner and his dad. On the corner there is actually an Irish bar. Paul, you said about a bar. There's the Irish bar. Now that actually is thumping, but we couldn't do a live stream in there. They've got the football on tonight. We couldn't do a live stream in there. You know what I mean? If I go in there with the camera, it's going to be all noise and music. So, Paul, for you, mate, I'll just... This is what it would look like. We're going near here, very near. This is the Irish bar. So the footy's on. We've got Bremen and Heidenheim. Let's go in. Hello, how are you? Good. So it's thumping. It's thumping. But I can't do a live stream in there. There's too many people. You know what I mean? This is the most touristic centre of Istanbul. Thank you. Guy wants me to cross. I was going to stop and have a little chat with you. So that is Istanbul Street there. That is a Mom's Burger, which Michelle and I ate in the very first meal after the lockdown ended. That was the first place we ate, and upstairs there. And technically, we weren't supposed to. This is the name of the street. The name of the street.
Balik Bazari.
Balik
Bazari.
Bazari.
Balik Bazari.
This is Balik Bazari?
Okay.
Okay. So this is Balik Bazaar. This is one of the most famous food streets here in Istanbul, and it's really quiet. I'm surprised actually. The Corner Irish pub is thumping. I wish I could take you in there. Sorry, Paul. I wish I could go in there, but you know what it would be like taking a live stream into a bar full of beery teenagers. So we're just going to go 50 meters down here to a local little food store. I want to get something to drink. I'm dry. It'll be soft drinks. I'll ask them. I'm pretty sure they don't have beer. I'll ask them.
Balik Kazan, it's a century-old wine house.
This road is really nice. They've got some good food. It's very touristic. It isn't.
Paul Michael said they might go to Turkey now that I know there's a bar.
Right. This is where we're going to go. We're going to go into Nazam Pide. Hello. Okay, where should we sit, Michelle?
That one next to the chicken?
Yeah. Our problem is we're upset our neighbour. Hello, man. I'll take you inside. Let's have a little look inside.
Sit here?
Yeah, sit here, Michelle.
Which side?
We'll sit this side and face out. Hello, man. Merhaba, how are you? So look, here's the choice. We've got the food. What's this, the name? Lentil soup. These are the different soups. There's a chicken soup here. This one is chicken. This is like a rice, but it's actually a bugla wheat. These are the beans. These are really nice. I think I might have some of these. Over here, hello, how are you? Here they got the sutlach. This is like a rice pudding, all crispy and burnt on top. They do one called atomic sutlach. It's busy here tonight. That's nice. It's nice. And look, they also do the roast chicken and the fresh pide. Which way should we face, Michelle? Do you think maybe this way? This is the right way.
Because then you can just get them when they come.
Okay.
You've got power there if you need it.
Okay, ladles and jelly spoons. Sorry to keep saying that. Hope you don't mind.
So Nadine says, I've eaten there, it's nice.
Have you, Nadine?
And David Acker said, be given that menu a long blank stare.
Yeah.
Dwayne said the food looks really good, and Unthought Knowing says, I'm hungry.
Let's put this out here a little bit. Now I'm a bit cheeky because I don't normally eat here. I eat in the one opposite. But this place here has nicer seating.
Oh, Mio's in. Bello, Steve and Michelle, how are you beautiful people? Love from Brighton.
Bello, Mio.
We've got to sell Mio something, haven't we? Later.
Can we get do you have beer?
No beer, no alcohol.
No alcohol here. I thought not. Can we get
Iran?
2 iron?
In the pot.
Pot. So I'm going to get, you heard, no beer, no alcohol. This whole street will be no beer. They have a special license in the pub on the corner, and that's why it's so thumping. But many of the places here, you can't have a glass of wine. Last night where we were going, we could have done. We were going to get a bottle of wine and sit there and just, But I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk trying to find a fancy restaurant again. We're going old school.
Mommy T says, wow, you almost speak Turkish, Steve. Great job. Enjoy your vacation.
I am fluent in Turkish.
Been here long enough.
Question me, anything you want to know in Turkish. Apart from anything outside of hello, thank you, and a handful of dishes.
So Junate keeps saying about Pano. Oh, there. That's the road.
Thank you. So here is the Ayran. Teşekkürler. Thank you.
Sat there.
I'm going to plug you guys in case you end up going a little flat on me.
So S. Deveron says, what's up with the alcohol shortage? This is not the Turkey I knew.
Oh, come on. That is the Turkey I know, because if you've been to Turkey and you've had a lot of alcohol, you've only been in the big tourist areas mainly, because mostly it is predominantly a Muslim country, and most restaurants, and certainly it's disrespectful to drink alcohol within a certain distance of a mosque. And there are mosques. There's a mosque just here about 50 meters from here. There's another one just over here, and you shouldn't be drinking alcohol near those places. So we'll do with Ayran. This is like a salty yogurt drink with a foam.
Good, huh?
And mine's got great big lumps of yogurt in it.
So Barry says, restaurants need to pay for selling alcohol. They need licenses.
They do, and you want to... straw? Can you hear the mosque?
Someone said earlier on, because the sun was setting, the call to prayer will be starting.
So the call to prayer, it's only... thank you.
Thank you.
So Michelle likes a straw in her Ayran. I generally don't. I tend to sip it like a pint of beer.
And stir all the froth in. So Barry says, we eat in cheaper places then go to drink alcohol. So Serkan Turan says, greetings, hello.
That's not our Serkan, is
No,
it?
it's not our Serkan.
There are many places you can drink, but not often in sort of local... No, a little bit of sweetness, Eric. Not often in local bars and eateries like this. Actually, not often. I haven't seen any where you can. So don't worry about that. The azan is out. Yes, they're calling the call to prayer. And that is coming from the mosque behind us, and there's another mosque just straight ahead of us as well.
So Joe Kilpatrick says hello.
Junaid, what's the name of the beans? The beans, the haricot beans. Can you remind me? Oh, I can look. I've got the menu here.
Sen nereden geliyorsun?
This one.
So what we're going to do? I'm not gonna have the special, because we're going to have something else with meat in it. We're going to have the regular haricot beans here.
Then saying navy beans. Kuru fazuli.
That's it. Kuru fazuli. Fazuli.
I think that's
Is that
bit,
correct?
Yeah.
Kuru fazuli.
Fazuli C. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to order some.
Michael Costa says good evening.
Michael, how are you, mate? Can I get beer kuru?
Sana kuru fasulye.
Beer.
Tamam.
That's okay. So I'm going to get a plate. We're going to share. Michelle, I'm going to share, because they do a lovely pizza here, and it isn't. It's a special. I'll show you it. Okay. This one here. It's almost like. It's almost like a pizza. It really is. It's a pizza. They don't call it pizza. It's a Nazam Special. So, but it's a pizza. But it's a really nice pizza. The base is really crisp. They put lots of paprika, sort of peppery sausage on it, loads of vegetables, quite a lot of oil. It's a little bit oily. I'm going to order one of those in a minute.
So Alex Tamas said, sorry, we just joined in. Are you still in Istanbul?
We are still in Istanbul. You'll have to go back to the beginning and watch.
David Acker says, do you eat that with a spoon or chopsticks? What, the Iran?
Do I eat it with a spoon?
Barry
Okay.
And June 8 said it's P-Day.
Oh, look, he comes. Oh, thank you. Teşekkürler. Ciao. Thank you. So look, let me just turn the camera around. So it is like baked beans, to be honest, but they are tastier, a lot tastier than baked beans, with a lovely bit of that pide. So the pide, oh, let me unplug a minute, Michelle.
Yeah.
I'll do that in a minute. So the pide comes from here. They slice it up, and then we have this big plate of these haricot beans in a sauce. Just go in there, Michelle, try that. Look at the size of them next to the spoon.
They're big.
And that is a lovely starter.
They're good.
I'm going to get in trouble because my local guys are opposite me. They're going to tell me off for coming in here.
So Barry says the Italians stole the pizza from us. That's fine, get
That's
off.
yours, is it? What if you like? My friend, the waiter from opposite, is looking over at me now.
So Serkan says my favourite food, have to try it with rice.
Mert, if you're watching, I did come to the other restaurant,
Share it
and
around.
I just feel like we've got to share it around. And this side, to me,
So Barry says put some red and black pepper inside.
yes, we're going to. Look. The sauce in the beans
Delicious, isn't it?
is great.
But Alex says we love all your vlogs, thanks for sharing it with us.
We're going to get a special pizza.
P-Day, P-Day.
So Michelle's doing it right. Let me just turn that round here.
So Ben says they look like cannellini beans. And Dwayne says that looks really good. What sauce is in those
Buyurun,
beans?
hoş geldiniz.
It is almost like a tomato based, but I think they've done peppers. It looks like bell peppers, like sweet bell peppers. A lot of good olive oil.
No, they are haricot. They say haricot in the menu.
Haricot or haricot beans, whichever way you like to say it.
So Eddie said the happy pizza in Cambodia was nice. Ha ha. It was one special ingredient. We've heard about that, haven't we? Southpad said nice, love pizza.
Let's just turn the camera around so you guys can see a bit of the street. And if you have any questions you'd like to ask, I'm going in for some beans so I don't drip it all down myself.
So Mio says, is there plenty of vegan food?
Mio, I don't do vegan, so I wouldn't know. And I don't take a lot of interest in what is and what is not vegan. Sorry. So I have no idea, and I'm not likely to find out either. I'm not being disrespectful any more than I would say I don't go looking to see whether things are gluten intolerant or vice versa. I suspect that these haricot beans are vegan friendly, but because it's not a country that's sort of.
No, it says with meat, apparently.
No, the other ones are with meat. The one at the above. She's not paying attention.
I'm
The
sorry.
top one's with
Top
meat.
one.
So I would suspect this is, but it wouldn't be marked as vegan because there's all sorts of extra things if they put butter in it, if they put this and the other. So I can't say Mio. But the good news is, Mio, about the cat.
Oh yes, about the cat we named Mio.
The cat that we named Mio, after you, she had 4 little baby kittens last week, and they are gorgeous. And 2 of them are just like her with the white and ginger markings, and 2 of them are mainly red.
And someone's taken her in, haven't they?
Yeah, they're with a neighbour.
Yeah.
She had 4 kittens. I'll try and post a picture on social media. We'll try and put it up on Instagram shortly if you want to check that out, Mia.
So Eleni says we sprinkle chunks of feta cheese on top. That would be nice. I'd like that.
This is nice with the meat in it. Is there salt and pepper at that end? The red chilli?
No, that's just black pepper.
No, in that
that
carafe. What do you think that is? Aha, see, she's not
Sugar.
paying attention. Can't be sugar because sugars are in cubes
I
here.
thought that was sugar. I don't have sugar.
A little bit of this red chili in with the beans. And possibly a little extra salt as well. I think, oh, that's pepper. All right, now we've got pepper and chili and a little bit of salt. Now, come on. Tell me, which one's pepper and which one's salt? You tell me. Because I know this one should be salt, single hole. This one should be pepper, 5 holes.
Yeah.
And it's the other way around.
Oh yes. Looking at the bottom
That's
now.
why I got extra
I
pepper.
thought I gave you pepper.
Let me see.
No, it is 'cause it's
Yeah, that's
white.
pepper.
Yeah.
So the single hole.
I thought I'd given you pepper. That's why I gave you with the salt.
Well, that's better.
So Michael Foster says I love the bracelet. Steve, he wants one.
The bracelet came from Malaysia quite some time ago. It's a prayer beads.
See, Dwayne says pepper, single hole. No.
No, Dwayne. No.
Barra says 5 holes salt because Istanbul is very moisty. But we do it the other way around.
Google it.
So Paul says small hole salt.
Yes.
Yes.
Google it.
Because everyone's saying left or right. I can't even remember which way around you had them. So no
Oh.
idea.
That's nice. Do you like the chili in it?
Yes,
So I know you're
yeah,
not as big a fan.
So Mio said that says thank you, beautiful, about the cats.
I'll post some pictures on Instagram, Mia. The sauce, by the way, it is rich.
So David said taxis outnumber the cars. There are a lot of taxis in the street.
We turn the camera for you a little while.
Eddie says something with beef would be lovely right now.
I think we're going to get something special. We're going to get a special pizza. Prices. Do you want to know prices? How much are the beans are 15 liras. I'm not going to give you it in weird currencies, guys, because you can Google Turkish liras and you can check that. The special pizza is which we're going to order. This is a Nizam Speciali, 29 Turkish liras. And it's delicious. It is nice. I'll get and order it. It takes a while to make, I think.
So Mummy T says greetings from New Jersey, USA. NJ, New Jersey. So Alex wants to know, are you close to Galata Towers?
Last night we were outside Galata Tower. We're only about 10 minutes walk from Galata, but it's really funny. Galata last night, they've decided to completely enclose the whole tower in, have a look. The whole tower is enclosed in scaffolding and they were putting it up last night. So it's really heavily boarded. By the time we were there, they were putting all the very heavy planks onto the towers, and I got a feeling the Galata Tower is going to be undercover for many months, probably most of the summer, maybe even into the beginning of next year. You eating any of this?
Yes, I am.
I'm gonna
Yes,
be.
I am.
Now she's got ice. Corona, Corona.
Oradan var mı orada?
So Junaid says, well, at least you don't need holes for the tree. Just put a spoonful of it on there. Gotta love your food spicy.
Yeah, I do.
So Dave D said, just made your fudge recipe and I caught my 2-year-old in the garden with the tray eating them.
Oh wow, oh, I love fudge. Did you manage to make it with clotted cream or did you make it with regular cream? It works well with both.
Someone was asking where we're going and everyone's replying and they're all sort of saying they won't tell us where they're going.
You will know sometime this week. Can we get the, is it Nizam Special?
Ha, güzel.
Thank you. Teşekkürler. Nizam Special.
We're talking about trips in the comments and Schmoll said mandatory trips make me mad. It's not like the
This-
customer stops to pay it. It's just an option. If you
This
think
is
it
a
deserves
Nizam
one,
Special.
Tips aren't even a thing here in the UK.
We're not going to talk about tips. It's not.
So Dave D said use potted much better.
We do tend to tip a little bit in these places where it's the service is good and the food is good, but the American idea, I'm sorry, dear American friends, of tipping heavily all over the world, it does kind of spoil it for locals somewhat because the staff here are paid reasonably well, but they do tip in these tourist areas, so be prepared to. But you don't have to bring the sort of buying a coffee from Starbucks and tipping sort of 15, 20% or whatever it is we used to have to do in the US. But it's really almost frowned upon. So yes, let's not talk about it.
No. So Dwayne said that food looks very hearty. And someone asked, is it with pastrami? Oh, Junaid said, is that with pastrami, the pizza?
It looks to be, Junaid.
We'll see.
It looks to be. What do you think? I'll hold it there. Oh no, you're not. The camera's not there at the moment.
The South Park says I eat chili in everything.
It's queso, which is cheese, I think. Manta, tomatas, biber, sucuk, pastrami. Oh, pastrami. This is pistema. Is this?
Sucuk, salem,
Sucuk?
sucuk.
Sucuk.
Salem.
Sucuk. Sucuk is like this, yeah?
Hadi ben sana şimdi nasıl anlatayım?
That's okay.
Sucuk nasıl bir şey onu soruyor da.
No, sucuk is not. Sucuk is the sauce, yeah? Sausage.
What do you want?
No, I'm just asking the name of the. What is the name of the sausage? It's sucuk.
Thank you.
Thank you, merhaba. Teşekkürler.
Sağ ol.
So it's sucuk. It's actually a Turkish spiced sausage that they usually hang up in the shops. It's like a sort of like a horseshoe-shaped sausage, and they slice it here and put it on. But it's very similar to a salami, but it's a beef-based sausage, not a pork-based sausage.
So Junaid says sujuk is summer sausage.
Is that what it means virtually? It's not like an American summer sausage though. Not like there's a different summer sausage in America which is not the same. I don't know if there's. You can Google it, okay, if you wish to. It's spelt S-U-C-U-K. Sucuk.
Dave DC, every video you're a different chef coat. I bet you've used your poor wife's wardrobe space. He's only got one now.
I've got two with me, haven't I?
No, one now.
One.
We had two for one.
I do carry them with me, but as you can imagine, it's a luxury to actually bring them along. Wow, it's humid
Someone
tonight.
asked what the temperature was now.
Michelle can check that for us because I can't use my phone. It feels warm, and I don't know if you can see on my forehead.
27.
Mert, if you're watching, you're welcome to come down and join us, mate.
Bir kola bir ayran getirdi.
Or anybody who knows where we are, welcome to join us.
İki kola getir.
Yeah, you know where we are.
Ezber Bey iki kola yap bir
It's
ayran.
Nizam, Nizam. Nizam Pide.
Pide Sütlaç.
Pide sütlaç. We're going to have a sütlaç.
Okay, so Barris says sucuk is fermented sausage.
Yeah, it is fermented because when you have it, I've had it in the butcher's not far from here actually, and they slice it. You can eat it raw, and it has a fermented flavour to it.
Tried, yeah?
Yeah, it has a sort of sour, slightly fermented flavour to it, but also chili and spice. I keep my glasses on so I can see what you're saying.
David Acker said the men walking around are dressed respectfully. Nice to see a city with civility.
Yes, apart from over at the Irish bar, and that could probably, that's where maybe all the rules fall to pieces. So tell me, how should we have this camera, do you think? Now, some of the regulars, should we have it out so you can just see the street and what's going on, watch it in the background, just sort of watch what we're watching, or would you rather have it facing us, or a little bit of, 50-50, 75? Alaikum salam. Wa alaikum salam, John.
David says it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit with 70% humidity. Is that here?
It feels like it here. The humidity's really high.
Alex says, is your visa expired and did they extend it for you?
No, they didn't extend it. It has expired. Isn't it odd to see all the ladies smoking?
There's people saying they don't like people smoking when you're eating.
Unfortunately, if here in 40-50. Here in
both, maybe.
When you come to Turkey, one of the things you notice is it's almost like the 19, and it's not, please don't take this disrespectfully, people of Turkey, but the attitude towards smoking is almost the 1970s. Hello, little one. This little girl's looking at me. Oh, she stopped. As soon as I turned the camera around, she looked away. She was looking at me like, what are you talking to?
I hear you over that.
Yes, because I've got the good microphone on. Should be quite clear, I hope.
Small says, how long are you in Turkey and where's your next destination?
Watch this week. Subscribe and watch this week to find out everything you need to know. They're cooking the pizza. I can smell it.
What's the latest regarding the Camino?
For fear of repeating myself. Whoops. Bin lorries going by. No smell. It's all good. No smell. Oh, thankfully we didn't have our special here. I would rather keep you in suspense. So what I was trying to say before that, and that might not have come super loud to you on the video, but to me it was really loud, the bin lorry next to me. They're like real old diesel engines. They really churn up some noise. It's like the 1970s smoking here. You'll see people smoking, young kids smoking in the streets of a very young age. Almost, and I would say, to be fair, and correct me if I'm wrong, my Turkish friends, I would say 90% of men smoke. Young boys, the young boys in our street all smoke. Even the sort of 15 and 16-year-olds, they all smoke in the street.
Girls as well.
But girls smoke so frequently, and even there a lady is, and I'm not going to be disrespectful, actually, that's not fair to just turn the camera around, but it is what it is, and I don't suppose she's at all bothered by it, but they will smoke and eat, and you can't smoke inside. If you go inside the restaurant, they have actually sort of banned smoking inside. Junaid, many years ago, yes mate. And I'm not one of these sort of like born-again smokers. I have no problem with it, but I'm just really surprised. And if you go into a lot of the bars, they'll be smoking inside. Another bin lorry. They're loud, aren't they? So that surprised me. That's my net. Over here is my, the guys just waving to me. Actually, I've missed them now. Those two guys that have just walked off, they're waving like crazy to me because they're actually neighbours of ours. That's where I buy my yufka. These guys, they make the big yufka sheet, and they make the pasta.
Oh, mante.
Mante. They make the mante as well. They're my two of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. You know, there's been a lot of people here that we've befriended, and they're brothers. Well, those two aren't brothers, actually, the two that were there, but there are brothers there. And they're just nice, and they treat us respectfully, and they charge us fair prices. It is not always the case, unfortunately. Indoor pool smoking is quite common, and not always in restaurants. Most of them, I think, it's probably banned. But to come away stinking of smoke is not unusual when you go out, and I haven't had that for decades. It's a little hard to get used to it, and I think even more so here than I've seen in China and India is the smoking, actually much more so than in India, because I didn't see much smoking in India at all. No. We remarked on that, didn't we? So let's turn. There goes your 40. You're having 40 of the street.
40, 50.
But I'm going to turn it out a little bit. Those ladies a little more space. Now that's the delivery scooter for this place. Now look up there. Look at it's the blue hour. Just a minute, Michelle. It's the blue hour. Look at the blue sky. How nice is that? Just move this out. Now over there, look guys, that is the restaurant I normally eat at. And that gentleman there is the waiter that normally serves us. And he looked over at me a minute ago. I think he'll forgive me. He looked over at me a minute ago as if to say, why are you eating in our place? But as my friend Mert would say, you shouldn't let that stuff bother you. That's what he tells me all the time. You know, I concern myself too much with other people's feelings.
So Mummy T says you've made lots of good friends in Turkey since you have been there.
We've made lots of good friends here. Friends that we will have for life, I think. And people that we've met have always been so welcoming, and it's been good.
And Ben says it's because we've been here so long.
Yeah, there are people I think there are people I've grown up with now. Well, almost grown up with. I think our special might be coming, so I'm just gonna. No, the girls have got theirs. Look, the girls have got theirs. They're all taking their Instagram photographs. Okay, I'll leave it there a minute.
Love Life says, whenever you come to Los Angeles, California, come for a visit.
Thank you. When we are that way, remind me. There go the scooter boys. We are the mods. We are the mods. We are the mods, as they would say.
Small says, how long have you been there so far?
About 200 years.
About 4 months, I think.
Actually, the guy that we just saw going past in the white shirt, I think, he was the one who first was trying to teach me how to say 200. So, and I've forgotten it. Itchy. Go on.
Oh, because you were doing 200 grams.
Because I wanted 200 grams or something from him, and he was teaching me how to say 200. How do we say it?
But now he knows that's how much you love, so you haven't got to say it.
Now, yeah. And the next time I went, he just said, "Do you want 200 grams?" Itius. Itius. Thank you, Barris. Thank you, mate. The Irish Scout said the mods are wimps. Up the scar. Oh, here he is, man.
Oh, thank you.
Look at that. Thank you. Here's our man. Here's our server. Thank you very much. Beautiful.
Afiyet olsun.
Thank you.
And he knows we share, so we get a plate each, you see.
The smell coming off here. I love the smell. It's like so there are pieces of what look to be like beef pastrami here, look. It's like more like a pastrami. And then there are the pieces of that sausage. How is that? And then that's a pizza. Come on, anybody going to tell me that's... I know the Turkish are going to tell me it was the Italians stole it from them, but let's have a look at this.
Ben says it's like a pizza, Steve.
But the cheese.
And Barra says it doesn't look like pita, it's pizza.
It's pizza. Look at the cheese.
Pull it off.
Look at the cheese.
Oh, you're losing all your toppings.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm only dropping onto the other piece I'm going to eat. And there's some like mince in there. So that looks so good. And they've got a little bit. Oh, thank you, Paul. Thank you, mate.
Yum indeed, Paul.
I think
Thank
you may have even just paid for our pizza. So Michelle's going in there while I'm holding the camera.
Of course.
Look, it's a mozzarella style cheese, and she's got that lovely bit of.
It was
beef.
the one nearest to me.
I'll have to have this one over here with that bit of beef on. Anyway,
I left all this bit behind.
doesn't that look good?
This bit was all left behind.
Wait, get off.
It was left. Oh look, the livery's back.
Now it's different. Yeah, no sauce. Who said no sauce? I mean, you've got to be a bit more specific, David, because a lot of people won't understand what you mean by no sauce. You mean there's no tomato sauce on there, tomato sauce, depending on where you're from. But you do find in Italy as well, a lot of the pizzas are served without sauce, without tomatoes as a base, and I really like it. I mean, to me, it works. You know, they do put quite a lot of olive oil. Let me just get a slice of this up here.
It's good. It's good.
There's mushrooms on here, there's diced tomatoes on here, there's diced capsicums or red bell peppers, whatever you like to call them. There is...
These are chili peppers.
They're hot peppers, are they? So the green ones are hot chili peppers. They sometimes can be sweet, they sometimes can be hot, but you can see there's a lot of oil in there, a lot of olive oil.
Yes, Small says, I'm not the keenest on tomatoes, so I think I like it, but it does look very oily.
It is oily, but it's olive oil and it's quite nice.
And Ben says, I think it's the cheese that's making it look very oily. No, I think it's olive oil.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, because Alex says you need a cold beer. I love my said that we've asked for beer.
Can I get a Coke? Do you want a Coke? Coca-Cola? Cola?
Water?
And water? A soup. Beer soup? Soup?
Tamam.
Beer cola.
Tamam. Hangisi bu?
Soup.
Ha maden suyu. Bu?
No, this.
No,
Tamam bu.
No, this.
what's that one over there?
Ha,
It's
su,
called
su.
Su.
Su, bir kola, bir su.
Cola? Soup. What did I... Okay, Barris. Junaid, help me out here. I want this. You say cola? Coca-Cola? Cola, all right?
That's what you asked for. No, you asked for
I feel like I'm back in France.
Yeah. Thank you.
To be fair, thank you, Tashikala. Sao. Sao is like an informal way of saying thank you. Tashikala is a way of saying just thank you. It's the most common way you hear it. Tashikala ederim is the sort of polite way of saying it. I just fancied a cola. I do really fancy a beer right now, to be honest. Junaid,
It says Corona beer.
yeah, Corona would be nice. But I need something cold, just to help, because I think I burnt my lip. There's a spice on here.
Well, I think the green are chili.
But it always tastes to me like it's got cinnamon.
Yeah, yeah.
She's laughing at me now.
So Junaid and Barris have told you it's cola.
The girls are laughing at me.
So Sue John says not having a salad. We're not having a salad? I don't know.
We should. If I was here with Mert, if Mert was here, he'd get the salad for us. But I think I don't order as well as the locals. This is why it's much nicer to come out with locals who know exactly what they're ordering. But we're doing okay. We're doing okay.
So Mummy T says, oh, it's in a glass bottle, must be delicious cola.
It's old style cola. None of that low fat stuff either. No low fat, proper, original tat.
David says pizza is all 4 food groups. We've got our veggies on there.
Got our vegetables.
So Love Life said the cola in Turkey is good, not like the one in the US.
Got our meats, got our vegetables, got our oil, got our carbohydrates. Fruit by way of your tomatoes. Got your fruit in there. You've got your protein from your meats. You've got your carbohydrates from your bread. What else have we got? We got a big scoop of yumminess.
Ben says you've convinced yourself it's healthy, Steve. It's good though. It is good. Did you say tact when you were reading out the stuff from the Coca-Cola or something? Because they're laughing at that. And Ben said I think they must mean taste.
I think they dropped the S and the E off.
Lake Lady says the only way is full sugar in the bottle. Rena says hello. Hello, Rena.
There's your 40%.
We're both eating now.
We are both eating now.
So the Irish Celt says, is tomato a vegetable?
Tomato is a fruit. No, it's arguably a fruit.
So Daniel A says tat means taste. Junaid says tat means taste in Turkish. There you go then.
And original. That is ORIJINAL. That means original. Original taste Coca-Cola.
So JM603 said, I agree, regular Coke tastes a lot better than diet, but since I was diagnosed with diabetes, I only drink unleaded.
And for those of you that like drinking your Coke through a straw, never going to happen. Never going to happen. Not on my watch. They put new chicken on while we were sat here.
Oh yeah. He's watching us.
They put fresh chicken on. I missed it. I missed it. Well, you missed it.
So Small said, I don't even like fizzy drinks. And JM603 says Coke tastes better from a glass than a can. And Eddie says chickens having the ride of their lives. They're on the carousel.
Let's have another view, different view. Actually, that's probably not. I don't want to just point at that guy's belly. Sorry, guys.
So Alex said, what time is it now and what time did you start the live stream? Well, it's 9:24 now. We started at 8.
Yeah, as I turned it, Ben, some guy stood there, and I would have just got his belly. Yeah, my shower's water, by the way.
Sorry.
That is also made from Coca-Cola. Not made from Coca-Cola, but it's made by the Coca-Cola company.
Irish Celt said, knowledge is knowing tomato is a fruit, wisdom is knowing not to put it in your fruit salad. Paul says, just tell him that a man without a balcony is not a man. Anastasia says, swing for the chickens.
Wow, so you see this? Oh, I should have had the. I'll turn the camera on. Oh, I've got my greasy fingers, won't turn the camera.
There you go.
A motorbike just came where this lady stood now in the blue jeans. A motorbike just came up that path at about sort of 30 miles an hour. There is a spice in this pizza which is unusual. It is. It tastes like cinnamon to me. There's another one.
Just using the path. So Bonnie says, made it. Hi, Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie. Look, the blue hour is waning now. We've lost the.
Yes.
We've lost blue.
So JM603 said, are the tables you're usually out on the street as well as inside, or is that a COVID measure? They're always out on the street, aren't they?
Yeah, there's usually a lot more of them out on the street, to be honest. And at the moment, your cutlery comes in a sanitised paper packet like this. So this is not really anything to do with the COVID measurements. It always has come. The first time I saw this was in the Mediterranean areas in Italy and places like that, where they put the new cutlery is always placed in a small paper bag and put onto your plate, so you know it's clean. So I'm just going to have a bit more fruit by way of tomatoes.
So Chris Garton says, hi guys, I missed your last few streams. Are you still staying in Turkey?
Chris, you didn't miss anything. The last one was terrible. It went all wrong. I'm going to break a rule. I'm going to break one of my own rules here. I'm eating this bit of pizza with a fork.
And I've eaten all of mine with a knife and fork.
You heathen.
I know. So Eric said, odd question, is there any other fruit that you would put salt on beside watermelon and tomatoes?
Well, I wouldn't put it on watermelon.
They put it on little green plums here, don't they? The sour plums.
That you can put, yes, you can put, salt will quite often enhance. Where's that vibration coming from?
I don't know, I think it's this. It suddenly started.
It started. Your chair's
I know,
vibrating.
and then it stopped and then it started again.
Michelle's chair's vibrating. No comments, guys.
Anastasia says green plums.
You can salt almost any fruit. I know what you're saying. I wouldn't pick watermelon as one of the things I would salt. But then again, I only really like watermelon when it's good. Quite often they'll add seasoning to the watermelon if it's not that good. But if really good, the watermelon here at the moment in Istanbul is delicious. It's sweet, it doesn't need any extra enhancement. I'm full, are you?
Get in there.
Get in there.
Have a little break before dessert.
We'll have a little break.
See, stop now. It started again. They've turned it up as well because I can feel the heat from the chicken roasting on.
Michelle's going to get a tan sat next to the... This is Atom Sütlaç just gone by. Atomic Sütlaç.
See, but salt on fruit, if you put
I'll
fruit
get
into
one, you'll see
into
what
a
it's
salad,
like.
which I do like. You're not always so keen. I like salt on it then.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I like my salad to taste good before it's seasoned, although I don't mind a dressing on it that's got seasoning in it, but I'm not a big fan of putting salt onto a salad. I like my salads to taste good rather than be so watery and bland that they need salt to make them taste good.
So JM603 says, is a green plum a green gauge? They're not, are they? Not the ones we've had.
Only my Turkish friends could tell you that. The green plums they have here, they are like a green gauge, but they're not.
Not right.
They're like, if you could imagine picking plums off a tree before they've got any sweetness to them, any softness to them, they're just like, they're almost like
Chris is saying, by the way, guys, I found out about these green plums that I thought were green gauges. They're called Erik in Turkey, and they're actually completely unripe green gauges and are served with salt.
Very unripe. I mean, just like eating, it's the most bizarre thing. The Turkish love them. All of you from Turkey, you love them. Me, it's the most bizarre thing. It's like picking a plum off the tree when nature didn't want you to pick it. It's like nature said to you, don't eat that. It's sour. It's hard. It's harder than an apple, harder than a green apple. And they love it here. And I've eaten dozens of them in the last sort of 3 months, but I still can't say that I love them.
Yeah, so June8 says they're awesome in May and June. That's the season. That's the season you've had them, isn't it? So Nigel Meeby says green mango in Ireland is served with salt. And chili, isn't it?
Green mango is served with salt and chili, and sometimes with sugar and salt and chili. And here they serve the green plums also with salt and sometimes with the chili as well. Oh, Mert, I told you I shouldn't have had all that. Those.
I have this one.
You have that one. I dropped round to my friend this afternoon and ate a big pile of peanuts, which I shouldn't have done. But we were snackish, we were peckish. Any questions?
Eddie says, what's for dessert?
Is that hot now?
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's warm. I think they've turned it up because they put fresh chickens in. So are we going for dessert, do you think, in a while? Can you tell Eddie what it is? Love Life says baklava. Don't sell baklava here.
You're from Turkey? Turkish? From Vienna. Okay. In Austria. Okay, you're Austrian. You speak German? Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Ein bisschen Deutsch, ja? Yeah, ein bisschen. Yeah, but Austria and Vienna is a little different, huh? Australia. The other Austria.
The other Austria.
So you're here on holiday? So you came for a...
To make new teeth. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's good here, right? And much cheaper than Vienna, yes?
14 implants and 28 teeth, 8,000
€8,000
euro.
for everything.
Wow.
That is good.
In Austria, the doctor says 55,000 euro.
So 55,000 euros.
And you have...
finished.
Yes. Now you can eat. And also you have 1 week holiday too.
Yeah.
That is so good. And you also? No. But you have beautiful teeth. Last year, not here. So we were talking about this. We also had the dentist here. It's very good. It's very good and very cheap. Very cheap. I'm doing a live stream. It's okay on YouTube. So the girls, if they say no, it's too late. So okay, you heard that. That's like how much was it?
8,000 euros, but she had
Somebody-
24 and 28.
Somebody said to me, how much does it cost for dental surgery here in Istanbul? Now that lady's just confirmed it. So she's a full set of full set
Virtually a full set.
of teeth
They said 50,000.
would be a lot more. So here it's about. Oh, sorry guys, I was too busy looking at her pretty teeth to remember the numbers.
She said 8,000 here,
Right.
50,000 in Austria.
So it's interesting, right? So when do you go back?
Tomorrow in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Last day, huh? We are going to. Oh, I can't say.
But we've been here 4 months.
We've been here 4 months.
We've been stuck.
Stuck here. Stuck for a long time. It's no problem flying to Austria.
No, not in the not main station, the airport.
Yes?
Yeah.
Must take a coronavirus test. Take a test.
Okay.
And also say, okay, when
Oh, okay.
negative,
And when you go back, no quarantine or.
no, I told my friends that I am negative.
Yes, so that's okay. She had to take a test before she came here.
Okay.
Interesting, hey?
So the girls are going back tomorrow. Mum's there. Mum's had some work done. Sisters had some work done. Oh, by the way,
They're all saying, go on Steve, tell us, go on. And you almost blurted it out.
I
and
almost did, didn't
then
I?
Steve is sharp, you could have given it away then.
I'm sharp.
We're going to...
I'm sharper than a. Insert comments here. I'll let you work it out. So it's interesting. The girl. By the way, Istanbul is possibly more people are here having different bits of surgery done than I've seen in any city. They talk about Thailand being high for surgery and things. Here is super high. I didn't realise till we were here the first week why everybody in Istanbul streets walking around with a bandaged nose or bandaged head.
But also someone said there's Silicon Valley near us, not because of computers.
Yes, Silicon Valley is just here, but they don't make any microchips.
Rena says sharper than IKEA knife.
Well done, Rena. Rena, I love that one. Insert quote here. Come on, sharper than. I can feel the heat from that oven now. We picked the wrong table to sit at. Maybe. Is that really hot next to you?
Quite warm.
Do you want to sit around? Go around that side. Shall we? No, we.
No, I'm fine.
You can sit around that side.
It's fucking on and off. It's
Okay.
just a humid night as well. Got my water now.
Okay. My ayran is gone. My Coke is still here.
Do you know, so there's enough with the Iran already. Let's go for the beers. It's gone onto the Coke.
Janae, I'm not taking you in the bar, mate. I'm not taking you in the bar, mainly because the music would just give me copyright immediately on the whole live stream. And secondly, you wouldn't be able to hear a thing, man. It's not that sort of vlog.
Eric says, have you two spent time in Hawaii? We have.
Yeah, lovely Hawaii. What a beautiful place. We've only been to Waikiki. Is that the big island, Waikiki?
Yeah, that one, I think so. Not sure.
We've only been to Waikiki Beach and also, well, all around the big island, onto the north shores, seen all the amazing waves coming in, sort of 30-foot, 40-foot waves crashing in, surfing off the north shores.
It was Christmas, wasn't it?
So-
Coming up to Christmas.
Yeah,
Love Life says, thanks for the face mask. It covers the nose surgery.
yeah.
So JM603 says, signing out. Take care, both of you. I'll catch the rest of it on the return.
No worries. Catch you later.
Yes.
Now, one of our lovely friends, actually from Barcelona, from Spain, she is Valentina. Is heading back. No, she's not heading back. What am I talking about? She's heading up to the Black Sea tomorrow. If I don't see you, Valentina, love to you. We will miss you dearly and we'll keep in touch. Let me turn the camera back round. It's the guy with the boxes.
And he says roasted chicken's not the wife restaurant. It's actually cooler now, the breeze is coming. Can you feel the breeze?
Yes, I can feel a nice breeze coming through. I'm going to clear the table.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Teşekkürler. So what do you think, guys? Should we order a dessert and share it?
You share one.
Michelle and I are such wusses, really. I don't know if any of you are in your sort of late 20s as Michelle and I are, and you've noticed that when you get into your sort of mid to late 20s, that your appetite takes
Masaları bir toplayın abi önce. Şu
a
masaları bir yap da.
complete dive. I think I eat a fraction of what I used to eat and put on weight with just looking at food. So, can you relate to that?
Ben says yes, dessert, do it. Paul says yes, all dessert.
I think we go for the atom. We're going to go for the atomic sütlaç.
Love Life says coffee's on me. I don't think they do coffee here. I'll check.
Coffee's on you. That's $30 for a coffee.
So Eric says, what are the choices?
Let me show you.
Coming over.
Not that you're going to get to choose, because I know what I want.
No, that's not it. That's the salads.
Okay, dessert menu coming up.
But Ben says metabolism, Steve. That's why it slows down with age. But we're not old, Ben.
Thank you, Ben. Okay, here are the desserts. You've got sütlaç, atomic sütlaç. What is that one? Apricot sütlaç.
Got big sort of honey sütlaç. Or ice cream sütlaç.
Or
As we're going for.
this page,
Because that's the big page.
atomic sütlaç. So you can have any one of these or this one.
Ben says sütlaç.
Atomic sütlaç, thank you. Thank you. Just one, here. We'll share it. Thank you, my friend.
Alex says order some kanafe.
Kunefe.
Kanafe.
No, I prefer the atomic. I prefer the atomic. The kunefe is good, but right now, I think another cheese would just do me in. Something is heavy. Kunefe is almost like your sweet. It's like your sweet pizza almost, with that big long sort of stringy cheese in there. I don't think I could do it just now. Whereas the sütlaç is like a really delicate light rice pudding. It's really just milk, a little creamy milk with rice and sugar. Now, thank you, my friend. And here, look. Thank you. Want to say hello? Thank you.
Sharon's got bananas.
So let me turn the camera, it'd be better.
Bananas.
So a little Turkish delight here.
Oh, there's only one.
There's only one. Golden raisins, a little bit of ground
Hazelnut.
hazelnuts, bananas,
And
honey.
All on top of sütlaç.
All on top of a rice pudding, basically, but a very delicate rice pudding.
Thank you, Barris. You just told Charlie Gabriel where we are.
So I'm going to let Michelle have the
One tea.
beer chai.
Çay, 2 tane daha sonra ilave edin.
Michelle doesn't like the tea. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Barris. Sorry, Junaid. Michelle doesn't like tea. Nothing to do with Turkish tea. Okay, she's going for it.
Well, because Ben says Michelle's disappointment in her voice that only one Turkish delight. I can share
Yeah, I
it if you
couldn't.
like. Would you like some?
No. You have it.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
It's a nice Turkish delight here. It's very light, very almost airy.
Very nice. a little bit hard on the outside.
So we've got some lovely honey. You don't like the tea either? Well, Michelle doesn't like any tea either.
No.
She's teetotal and teetotal.
But I have been good and drunk tea occasionally here when I've been given it.
You've drunk quite a bit. I'd say you've had a few pints of tea here.
Yeah, it's been hard.
Sorry, the Coke's making me a bit gassy. The little boy just coming out.
Looks like a great American breakfast treat.
Out on his bicycle with his dad learning to ride. It's like the lad from our street.
Yeah, they're always out on their bikes in our street, aren't they?
They are.
The kids have all appeared now.
Yes, you know we had, thank you. So my tea just came.
Evet, 3 ayran doldur geliyor.
This is
Soğan olsun mu içinde?
your Turkish tea. It's beautiful, clear. It's usually tea from the sort of northern mountainous regions of Turkey. Like a black tea, a little bit smoky in flavour. I like it as it is, but I don't mind it with a little sugar, and I don't normally have sugar in tea. So let's just try it. If it's a little strong,
Just depends how strong it is, isn't it? Sometimes
it's quite strong. It's quite tannic. So I will put a little bit of sugar in there. There goes the idiots. Always an idiot, right? The white car, the boy racer. Let's just zoom in.
2 boys
Okay.
in the front, 2 girls in the back.
There we go. Get the number plate. If the fella gets out of the way of... Oh, it's gone.
Anastasia says Turkish tea is my favourite.
No, why? Nowhere in the world do we want those idiots, do we?
And Charlie Gabriel said, I went to Turkey last year in September. Steve, your videos tempted me to visit Turkey as soon as this COVID is over.
I would definitely put Turkey high on my list of destinations to go to. Whether or not I would go during the latter stages of the coronavirus, I'm not sure. I don't want to be disparaging to my friends here that are obviously struggling for business and what have you. I think if you're coming to Turkey anytime soon, if you're coming for surgery, then obviously the cities are perfectly fine. But if you want to really still enjoy the beauties that you have here in Turkey, I would probably head to the beaches, maybe even the northern Black Sea area. At least on the beaches, you're going to find the weather a little bit cooler with the sea breeze. Michelle's tucking in.
David asked, is the tea hot?
The tea is very hot.
And street traffic is doubled. It has doubled all of a sudden.
Get hot. Yeah, it's very hot. It's nicer with a little bit of sugar in it though. Just takes the edge off the tartness. The girls are having a video call now. I'll turn that away while I have a big piece of sootlatch.
So Junaid says Riva is nice too, not far from Istanbul.
The beaches are where to be at the moment. So look, we've got that sticky, gooey. There's a skin on the rice pudding, but it's sweetened. This is good. This is very good. I like sootlatch.
So Barry says, do you know Lama method? It's kind of sugar you keep in your mouth while drinking.
No. It must be like a crystallized sugar of some sort.
And Eddie says, I like tea with honey. It's very nice.
Yes, I do as well.
This has got honey on it.
The sootlatch has honey. It's delicious. You saw.
Bunlarla beraber çöp şiş olmasın da yanlış vermiyorum.
Banana. Is it bad that we share?
We share everything.
We do when we travel. If we didn't share everything, we would be as big as houses instead of as big as bungalows, which we are at the moment.
Biggest balconies.
we would be. I would have, if we didn't share, I wouldn't have a balcony. What would I have, Ben? What would I have? I would have a veranda. I'd have a pagoda out the front.
That's right, Eddie. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring, unless she takes too much.
His bottom lip starts to trim off.
That's not caring.
Oh, and Eddie said, I'm frugal too. Well, it means we get to try lots of things, you see.
I couldn't eat that pizza and the big plate of haricot beans and the sutlach if I shared it with Michelle. Reversing up there, look.
And Mr. O'Connor says he's lost audio.
Lost audio. No, anyone else lost audio? Anyone else lost audio? I'm taking the last banana, Michelle.
Well, Ben said that's the only Turkish delight, Steve. I offered. He said I could have it. And you just had the last banana.
Thank you, Ben. I hope Mr. O'Clunker can read that. Just refresh. Hopefully the sound will come back.
It's back, he says.
Good-o.
I did offer Ben. I said, do you want Turkish delight? Do you want half? And then he didn't say anything, so I ate it.
I said you can have it,
You did say I could have it.
but I didn't mean it.
Well, you shouldn't say it then, should you? You weren't listening, Ben.
I said, no, you go ahead, have the Turkish delight, and she took it.
And I said I can give you half, and you said
And I said, no.
You said no.
That was, yeah, but you, double no, everybody knows double no means, all right then. Everybody knows that.
I didn't only offer him 1/100th. Mr. O'Connor said he refreshed it and it came back. That's that.
Right. Okay, come down here, everyone. We're getting to the end of the bowl. You might as well join me.
Finished.
Okay. Is that yours?
It's on the side of the plate.
So, on top of the skin of the rice pudding is really caramelized and dark. And then it's covered in sort of hazelnut crumbs and honey. And it has a little bit of grains of rice. Can you see that? Not much, just a little bit of grains of rice. It's delicious. And a few raisins, little golden raisins. Let's finish this off.
Eddie says it looks like a lovely evening there. 3 p.m. here in Vermont and hot as heck. It was hot as heck today here in
Hot as
Istanbul.
heck. 30. What temperature was it in Vermont? What temperature did you have in Vermont? See if we can trump you. Let's play trumps. Temperature trumps. Who had the hottest temperature? No lying. I suspect actually Junaid might have had higher than us.
Eddie says 80 degrees Fahrenheit plus.
Oh, what's that mean? What's that? Can you translate that into modern English? 80 degrees, that is around 26 or so? No, that's, I can...
26.67 Ben.
6 cylinders, V8. No, you can't have a 6-cylinder V8. I'll scratch that. I picked up the wrong trump card. Oh dear, you can't win at trumps if you can't even start with the right cylinders.
So Mummy T says too much calories. Enjoy now. I have to go to the kitchen to make something to eat. You made me hungry. David says 45 degrees C in Phoenix, Arizona.
The high
today.
30s. The high 30s doesn't count. That's too vague.
Yeah. How high?
You
in the
can't.
30s?
That's
I think David's winning with 45. in Arizona.
David.
Yeah,
Oh, David. You win, man.
45. That's hot. Although I think it's pretty hot next to the oven.
I think Michelle wins. Next to the chicken oven, it's 52. There go the police. So Michelle wins. It is currently 52 in Istanbul, sat next to the chicken oven. Well done, Michelle. You just got that back from David. We'd almost lost. It's actually.
Eric says 94 feels like 104 in DC.
We win. Top trump.
Eddie says, but it's dry heat in Arizona. We have maybe 40% humidity here.
Dry heat. Have you seen those chickens? you think those chickens got that tan yesterday? So that one there's. She's looking like tan, Mum, and she's only been in there 20 minutes.
I think we got quite high humidity here, haven't we?
David wins. 42, did he say, or 45?
45.
David, I think that might even be hotter than our oven.
So Charlie Gable said, I'm from Malaysia, it's always frying here.
It is always. I used to say to my friends in Penang, what time of year would it be we could come back to Penang when it's not so hot? And they said, laughed, and they said, well, never. It's always hot. But we will be coming back to Penang, I think next year. I think we're going to come and visit you guys in Malaysia next year. That's one of our plans. That's not where we're going next, by the way. Hey, Bruno, how are you, mate? G'day, Charlie. Frying there. Anyone I've missed saying hello to? Eric's in. G'day, Eric Tolga.
Anybody lurking?
Hello, Tolga. How are you, mate? Anybody lurking that hasn't said hello is Michelle. Me tea. I'm just going up a little bit. See, Eddie was there.
I'm just laughing because Lake Lady says we can't call Trumps here anymore. You know who copyrighted the name and sued a bar owner successfully decades ago. Bar owner had always used the name. Do you not have top Trumps?
Don't have top Trumps. Oh, I still got my Coca-Cola here.
David said around 47 degrees C by Friday. Nadia Curl says, what are you doing in this heat in Istanbul? Go to Antalya or Bodrum. Mummy T says 34C in New Jersey.
I'm not going to Bodrum, that's where Junaid lives. Junaid. I'm not going to Bodrum. Though I hear Bodrum is very nice, by the way.
How are we doing on our thumbs up? Have they all hit the thumbs up?
No, I always forget to ask. Everybody hit the thumbs up. Just get some thumbs up for Michelle, not for me. Do it for Michelle.
I like the thumbs up.
She's very into that.
I like the thumbs up.
She likes the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. We only got 35. Let's see if we can get.
Junaid
We got 58 watching. Let's see if we can get 200 thumbs up.
How many times have they got to hit it? Junaid says it is.
It is what?
I think you said very nice. You've forgotten what you're saying. Must be the Coca-Cola. He said it would be lovely to see you guys go to Santorini and hang out in volcanic Caldera for a while.
We're not doing anything until everybody's hit the thumbs up, even if they're on their phones, Michelle. They've got to hit the thumbs up.
Thumbs up if you mention where you're going. No, that's not the game, Ben.
Ben, you can do thumbs down because I'm not mentioning where I'm going, so you can thumb it down.
Play the game.
Come
I
on.
asked first.
She did. Oh, look, there's 54 of you in. You must hit that thumbs up.
57 in.
57 of you in. Hit the thumbs up.
Have a nice time in Istanbul. Bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, say goodbye to everybody. Auf Wiedersehen. Have a good time. And you have a beautiful smile. Lovely girls. €8,000 for a full set of
Work. She's hit some different ones done.
I'm not sure if she's talking about implants or veneers. I'm not sure.
No, because she she said 28 and 34. She mentioned two of the numbers. I'm not sure what she was saying.
It's hard for me to say. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. You're a sweetheart. Thank you, Bonnie.
It was delicious.
It was very nice. We enjoyed it. That's probably more than paid for dessert, but thank you very much. Come on, hit those thumbs up for Michelle as well, everybody.
I can never downvote you, Steve.
Thank you, Ben.
But you're doing the thumbs up for me.
It's for Michelle. You can do it. You can thumb it down for Michelle.
Ooh, we've got 42 now, though.
Oh, nice tea.
See, Mummy T's given us lots, and Sally H has given us some as well.
Thank you, Sally. I didn't see. Did Sally just said hello? I haven't seen Sally for a little while. Sally, beautiful. Mummy T, Charlie Gabriel, Anastasia.
Bonnie's just corrected herself, but she actually said, desert's on me, guys. We know it's hot here, but maybe not that hot. So
Bonnie,
Fletcher,
doesn't matter. My dyslexia would have that as desserts on me anyway, so don't you worry about it. You could have put anything with a D and an R and a T in it, and I'd have read it as dessert.
Well, thank you, Bruno, for just subscribing.
Welcome, Bruno, and welcome. And I want to say thank you actually to everybody that's joined recently on Patreon. I should say, thank you for supporting us. It does mean a lot to us, and I know that we don't say that often to people, and we've started to try to say more. But thank you very much, everybody that's joined us recently on Patreon. It means a lot to us.
It sure does.
And we've had a few payments recently also offering, to buy us lunch and dinners on PayPal, and that is really sweet. It does mean a great deal to us. And this last month has been a little tougher than normal. So watch this space. This next month is going to be a lot more exciting, and I think you'll agree that there's going to be a marked upbeat nature in the videos as soon as we break free from our New York. And I mean that very politely to the people that we've been. I keep saying, I want to say we've been very happily stuck, but it has been quite hard on and off.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben says, a lot more exciting in... We're not seeing you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben. Yes, you're right. It will be a lot more exciting in. You might even see me in a bikini.
Ooh. Mankini?
Mankini. No, Michelle's going, no. Borat looks a lot better than I in a mankini, that's for sure.
Why did you say that?
I'm going to get a little more tea while we sit here. Wait until he comes back. The other lad.
Budgie smugglers.
That lad stood with his head out the top of the car.
Oh yeah.
Paul, I will be there in my budgie smugglers, mate. But that will not be making cinematic appearance. Not coming onto a widescreen near anybody shortly. Can I get some more? Thank you. Thank you. It's very good. Thank you, Tashigla. Beautiful.
Mummy Tita's coming to New York.
Coming?
I think you said escaping from New York. She said it's coming to.
I think it's because it's coming to New York on the widescreen in Budgie Smugglers anytime soon.
Anytime soon.
Not. You see those chickens that went up? Beautiful. They're brown and roasted.
Nice little town, being in the sun, laying on the beach.
Which is what we might be doing in about a week's time.
See, we couldn't come to New York because they won't let us in yet.
No.
No, that's one of the places we cannot go.
Thank you. Pass me a little sugar, Michelle.
So Eddie says, lol, New York State would be very nice. Have a sail on Lake Champlain via the Vermont side. Okay, there's your sugar.
Let me read that again. New York State would be nice. Have a sail on. Oh, a sail on Lake Champlain.
What I said?
Yeah, it was your
the way I said it.
punctuation.
It was the way I said it. Okay.
Eddie, was it Eddie?
Yeah.
Eddie, have a sail on. Have a sail on
All right. I get it.
Lake. I thought, hang on, they must be 50% off somewhere. Got a sail on, and then you.
Eddie says our COVID numbers are going down even, so nice to visit, lol.
You know, we will be coming to the USA sometime. I don't know when, but I think when we come next time, it'll be a much longer stay than normal. But we've still got to. Oh, you asked about the. Oh, just let me get my sugar. I'm just dropping it in there,
Now,
soaking it in. It'll drop.
Sue Jones asked how much was the meal. We don't know yet, Sue.
So we don't know. I think it'll probably be somewhere around about the maybe 70 liras, 60, 70 liras. I'm not sure.
Rena said, bikini and beach talk.
So you were asking earlier, somebody mentioned about the Camino de Santiago.
Oh, yes.
We still want to do it. We still plan to do it. We may be doing it in the autumn, but we're just putting it to the back of our heads at the moment because it was.
We've got to sort out our immediate.
It was to cloud our mind, wasn't it? Really.
We have to one thing at a time.
Yeah, it was
this week at the moment we're working on.
It was starting to cloud our judgment in everything.
Yeah.
Because we'd planned to go in May, we were starting to make every thought that we had revolved around the Camino. So as soon as we put that to the back of our heads and said, look, it doesn't have to happen. You know, it doesn't have to happen. Other things started to become a little clearer to us.
So I'm just
You know what I mean?
Laughing at Ben. He says, so that rules out Spain. Quick, narrow it down further. More questions. He's quick though, Ben. He's very quick. Kathleen Norton says hi.
Lower than a lizard drinking that, Ben. What is he like? Trying to get the weasel it out of me.
So Charlie Gabriel says, I love Turkish tea. I purchased it back home, but it doesn't taste the same. I guess it doesn't work without the cup and those square sugars.
You need the. Can we change that angle? Just get you maybe over there. Oh look, what is that?
And that's
It's not an PCX? Not sure. It's a bit quieter, guys.
it is.
It's not that late.
10 o'clock.
It's only about 10 o'clock. It's gone quiet. What was I saying then? Remind me. Refresh my mind.
So we were talking about Camino, and Ben then chirped in with not Spain.
Sorry, Ben. I have to check whether my sticky fingers are not working on the camera button. So yeah, getting the Camino out of our system mentally helped us start to make decisions, and also the fact that if you go to the beginning of this, if you want to know exactly what's going on at the moment, apart from where we're going to, go to the beginning of the video and you'll hear us talking a bit more about what countries are open to us to visit, limited places that we have to go to. You'd have to go back to the beginning of the video after this and just watch maybe the first 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes at the most.
And beautiful sunset.
And a beautiful sunset to boot, free of charge, while we talk about what options are open to us, and then you will maybe understand next week what we intend to do. So
We're not making you wait too long, Ben, for where we're going, because it is quite imminent.
it is very imminent, Ben. Very imminent. Oh, that tea's got stronger.
Yeah, it looks stronger, that one. Yes,
Quite
Amy,
bitter.
we did enjoy our food, thank you.
We did, Amy. I hope you enjoyed sitting with us.
Watching us eat it.
I'm not going to have any more. I'm full.
I'm so full. That tea does look very red.
Does it?
Yes, it's quite dark.
It is dark.
They'll start bringing some out soon that will look much paler when they make some more.
Oh, that is so tannic.
So that's why I don't like it, it's that taste.
That is like triple strength tea. They normally add a little bit of hot water in just to take the edge down off of it. But this one's got very strong. You can actually, it's okay to make the tea like that, but Often I've seen people serve it and then add maybe top that up with water just to take the edge off it. I will get the bill from this gentleman actually, and then we'll know how much it is.
So Eddie says I love to drink tea that I never take the bag out. I love it strong.
Eddie, this is strong. I mean, this is almost pulling the surface, the layer off my tongue. And I like it, but this needs sugar, immensely needs sugar.
Well, you'd normally drink tea with sugar, with milk.
Yeah, I'd probably have milk with mine. Thank you very much, man. So the ayrans were 5 lira. What did we have after that?
We had the beans.
The beans were 15 lira. The pizza special was 29 lira. The Coca-Cola was 5.50. The water was 2.50. And the atomic soot latch was only 9 liras. That was good. So 71 liras in total.
Junaid guessed 90. Eric
Junaid.
guessed 58.
Oh, I should have let the guessing continue.
Yes.
So I get one of my, oh, that won't do. That won't cover it.
Eddie always has sugar or honey in his tea.
Now these chaps have got beer with them, and they're not really allowed the beer. They've come over from the bar. You'll see they're holding plastic cups with beer, and they've asked if they can sit. And the guy says, "Thank you, man." They've asked if they can sit there, and he's had to go into the manager and say, "Can you? Can you see that? I could have got a beer. I could have got an FS beer from." But they were toying with not letting them. Oh.
Junaid said, let the boys sit. It's only beer.
Good man. Thank you. Teşekkürler.
Bu bizim köylü. Bu köyden geldi.
What's?
Köylü.
Oh. Oh, we've dropped.
You dropped it.
We'll leave that.
So Mummy T says $10 for all of it.
Yeah, you didn't actually just cover our dessert. Thank you, gentlemen. Teşekkür. Thank you very much. That was so sad. Did I just disconnect? Are we still there, everybody?
Yeah, I think so. Be careful.
Bonnie, you pretty much paid for our meal.
Thank you, Bonnie. Not just dessert.
Thank you, Bonnie. Can you believe that?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Can you believe that? And Paul, thank you very much as well, mate.
Yes.
Paul can pay for the beer I'll have when I get home.
Amy says a beer emoji for Steve.
I'm a little bit jealous that these lads came over with their beers, and they said you can see they got the FS. Look, dang, he's got in the way now. He's covering it and looking at me like, look, they got the FS beers there, and they brought those from the bar around the corner. And technically I shouldn't be showing it because they're not allowed them, but it does mean I could have got one. Thank you very much, Bonnie.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Right.
We've been on over 2 hours.
We've been on a long time, and I know it's sometimes a bit too much to watch back. I know we could do this for another 2 hours and chat with some of you, and some of you would have time, some of you may not. But I think probably we should walk back down through the high street here. I'll just finish my tea. It is strong, but it is nice. Oh.
I think it was,
Tablet hairs on your chest.
Eric says get a 6-pack and take it home.
I've got some beers at home actually. I'm going to have one when I get back. sit with Michelle. She's got some lemonade. We'll sit and just chat over the evening, have a little look through the comments. If you've left comments later, we'll pick them up then. But in the meantime, do you want to walk along with us? Just another 5 minutes or so?
Hang on, let me get this away first.
Let's make sure we don't leave anything. Now, talking about tipping, I have left the guys a decent tip tonight. On top of that, because I think they were really friendly. I also tipped my friend over there, and I'm not doing it to an excessive amount that would upset other tourists, but a decent tip.
So Bruno says I've got to go, Steve, see you next
It's
time,
worth it.
enjoy. And Sally said, yes please, let's walk.
Let's walk just a little way. Bruno, you're off?
Got everything? Yep, just pick up my phone.
Okay.
Bye-bye chickens.
Oh, I am
Keeps
going to
dropping you.
keep dropping it. It's got a little loose. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Teşekkürler. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Do you want to go that way or this way?
This way.
This way.
Oh, it's nice and cool now.
Ooh. Yes, I finished cooking.
Thank you. Teşekkürler.
Now I think I've got everything that right. I didn't leave anything behind.
I think we're good. Okay, turn the camera around, see what we're seeing. Walk back. Oh, the Irish bar's closed. Has it closed?
No, the TV's still on.
No, it's still open.
It's dark now. It's because it's behind there. You can't see it.
Oh, it's lovely and cool. The breeze. It's lovely and cool. It feels like it's about 26 degrees, but it's cooler. Let's walk on that dessert, Michelle.
Me too. Lucky we weren't down at the water.
Hey, everyone. There is the Irish bar. Everywhere next to it is empty though.
Because there's sport on the telly.
Okay.
It was a nice tea. A video coming soon.
A lovely video with cats. If you like your cats. There's a couple of videos going up this week that'll be a bit shorter than normal. They're kind of fun. I just want to get them up there. Let's go on a little. This is the British consulate next to us. Okay. I feel so full.
Atomic, was it? Atom soot latch.
Atomic soot latch.
Bit of social
Did it for us.
Bit of social distancing there, did you see? So Alex says, how far is our house from here?
Not far.
I thought you were going to say all about...
We're actually not going on
70,000
normal.
miles.
We're not going the normal way back.
No.
The Mert will be very pleased with us. We're going the posh way back. We always walk the rough way back. We normally walk through the dark alleys. And
Should have taken the guys down our dark alley.
we should have done. There's all sorts of beggars and tramps and all sorts down our way.
And he
We're
said,
going the posh way.
Walking off the food now.
But for example, this is a British pub. That's the Irish pub, thumping. This one here is what they call the English pub. And this one is empty. They haven't opened it yet. Because there's just not enough business in town.
They got paid
Yeah, and that's what we found when we went to that restaurant where we almost started, is there were only 3 guys working in a restaurant about 200 people. And so they weren't really able to look at this.
either.
Yeah. Hello. probably about 100 meters, maybe 700 meters. To prison. Have you started with that? Place. We get over this. Run.
See, we're running fast.
Go back and have some to eat now. Oh,
It's because we're running.
Janae, it's to do with the, you're going to see it's going to be nice, isn't it? We're going to stop very calm. Running.
So we're running so fast.
We were like Olympic sprint. Oh, is the sound okay? Is the sound okay? Just quickly say yes if it is.
Should have gone with Vodafone. Aha.
Should have gone with Specsavers. Is the sound okay? Just say yes so I can sign off.
Picture's nice now. My picture's good anyway.
That's good, that's good. Look at that.
Isn't that pretty?
That's where we started.
Yes.
This is exactly where we started the live stream today. When it was probably a bad set because we were jogging across the street, puffing and whooping. And we started with a plane flying over the sunset, and now we have a plane coming right towards us over the horizon. See that plane? Like this. How pretty is that?
Said was a
I'm going to turn it back to the view of the place. No, this is the sunset. In there, where we next. I just keep the sounds.
Oh no, you're still on.
Okay, let's try the sound just quickly. Is the sound good?
Literally no audio. I think too much background noise. Maybe the other
How's
one
that?
died.
Sound okay? Sound okay? Sound okay?
Is that one better? Oh, that's better. That's better.
Oh, sorry guys. Let's end it. Love to you all. Thank you for joining us. Michelle and I are going to walk home, and we will see you for some fun. There's a couple of good little vlogs going up in the next couple of days, and we'll see you for some fun and some more live streams between now and the weekend. Take care. Love to you all. Be good. See you next time. I can hit the off.